Hey, John, it's good to see you.
Hey David, how's it going, man? Everything good in Norway?
Hey, it's going well here, except for it's raining out. And I've been to Midland before, and I don't remember that beach. So
Yeah, it's my backyard. It's really just my backyard.
I
When
should have
the
been over.
sand blows, it kind of sits right there with palm trees.
No, it looks great. But how are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We were in London when this all hit, came back and kind of did quarantine, and then kind of been going all right since then.
No, I know it was tough. You were actually coming to meet me in Croatia. I was there waiting for you. The church was waiting for Alta Lynn. We were really looking forward to the women's retreat. Obviously, all that got canceled, postponed. It's been quite a mess. We're really sad that you guys couldn't make it. Hopefully, there'll be another time for you to come to Norway because we love
Yeah.
you. The church loves you. We'd love to have you back.
Well, we love you guys and been thinking about you guys, praying for you guys, and yeah, we're going to work it out. We're going to definitely need to work it out.
All right, that sounds good. Well, can you tell me, John, how have you seen God working in the midst of this pandemic? I mean, you've got a church there, Crestview Baptist Church. You've got about what, back when you met on a Sunday, up to how many people would meet?
I mean, the building would be about 1,000 during
And,
that
and
moment.
okay, and now you're not having services, right? It's all online.
Right.
So I know it's been a big shift. I'm sure it's taken a lot of energy. But how have you seen God at work in the midst of all this?
Yeah, it's been interesting because I think we are wanting to make sure that we learn the lesson we're supposed to learn here. I mean, I think there's a real tendency. I've been in a lot of meetings with pastors where it's kind of like, hey, I can't wait to get back to normal, get back to normal, get back to normal. But I really think that's jumping over the lesson I think God wants us to learn about how to do online, how to do it well, how to be engaging, helping people to engage. We just seen some great things where a lot of people, for example, we had one lady who had she just said, I've given up on church, but she turned in a prayer request, which was interesting, kind of given up, but I've turned in a prayer request. So it's kind of desperate times kind of mode. And, there was such a great response to her need that she said, I've realized, I mean, it just spiritually affected her so many ways. It was so positive for her. It was about her husband and some different issues. Actually, yeah, very difficult situation. But we've had some of those kinds of things happen. We've had some people involved in the community. The church has been making masks that are worn by healthcare workers over their masks so they can reuse those original masks longer, and those can just be washed, that sort of thing. So we've seen some really good things. God's just done some amazing things. And we've just been praying that God would just reach people for him in amazing ways that we haven't seen before. And we've seen some of that. So that's been great.
Well, that's really cool. Now, John, we've heard about in the States how a lot of the graduations are canceled. Um, has that impacted people in your church?
Yeah, that's been a big deal. So it was canceled, but we had a group of pastors here locally who got together, pitched an idea. It kind of morphed 3 or 4 times, but now it's going to be 5 different churches are going to be the site of graduation, and we're going to be one of those churches, and it's going to be kind of a walkthrough only type graduation. No one's going to be in the audience, so to speak, at all. But it was a great opportunity to serve the community, and something that, we were just glad it worked out because for those seniors and for that graduation.
Well, that's really cool. But that's the public schools, right? So a lot of those people may not
Yeah.
even go to church, but you're able to then reach out and
Right.
minister to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic. One more question. I remember when you were here last year, you told me that you all were doing programs in the schools, like for feeding,
Right.
different than how we do things in Norway. But so in the U.S., I guess a lot of kids, some of the nutrition they get is actually from school meals.
Right.
What's happened with that ministry now that school's out, and what's happening with those kids?
Yeah, it's been a big deal because there'd be, I think there were 9 or 10 schools that we were actually giving kids food for the weekend that they would take home. They get it on Friday, take it home for the weekend, because otherwise they wouldn't have food on the weekend. So we have just tried to be creative there and find a way. The school's not meeting, obviously, so we've found other avenues to do that. It's been a little more difficult, but we still try to continue that. And so it's been really good because we felt like it's a very important thing to continue. And so far we feel like, for the most part, I don't think we're doing it as well, just because it's much more difficult, but we're still getting it done, I think, to some degree. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's really good to hear about how God's using you guys, using your church. We're glad you're there, even though we wish you could have been here. How can we best pray for you and Alta Lynn and the ministry there?
I appreciate that question, because I think I really would appreciate you guys' prayers, because one of the things for us, I think it's a very challenging time. There's, nothing's the same. But I think God's got some great lessons for us. So to me is to pray that we would learn those lessons, that we wouldn't jump over those lessons. There's some things that we need to learn that he wants to do out of our normal mode. So it takes a lot of leadership. So pray. It's kind of exhausting, because I love leadership. I love new, but even with that, it's very challenging. So just pray that I would lead well, Alta Lynn would lead well, that we would lead well in our community, in our church, just to be able to do the things that I think we need to do, so we can see people reached in a way that is that even beyond what has ever happened before.
Okay, we'll do that. Well, thanks for that, John. Really appreciate you taking the time and checking in with us, and glad we can stay connected.
Okay. We think about you guys a lot. Love you guys, and be praying for us. We're praying for you.
All right. God bless you, my friend.
All right. God bless you. See you guys.